Introduce our next speaker. So Emily Facilla. Emily came to the Giving Block from the nonprofit sector with over 12 years in fundraising development experience, including leading capital campaigns, major gift programs, grant writing, marketing and communications, galas, and corporate partnerships. Through her passion for ensuring organizations have adequate financial support to fulfill their missions, she seeks innovative and cutting-edge approaches to meet the needs of nonprofits. Crypto philanthropy is one of these approaches, and as the director of client strategy at the Giving Block, she ensures clients have the resources, tools, and best practices. Oh, got cut off. I'm back. Best practices that they need to be effective and successful in the new and exciting crypto philanthropy sector. So excited to welcome to the stage, Emily. Come on up. Give her some love in the chat. Who's excited? Who's pumped?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All
Awesome.
right.
Slides up.
My screen.
Yep, you're all good.
Amazing. So we're going to talk about closing the gap today, how crypto donors can unlock new donors and bigger gifts. So we'll dive right in because we don't have too much time together and there's a lot to chat about. First, I want to start with a poll from those who were able to join us today. What has been the leading cause of your organization's funding gaps? We know US aid cuts have had a huge impact on revenue across the sector as of late, insufficient federal funding, donor fatigue, or other factors at play. So before we dive in, I really want to get a feel for what has impacted your organization's funding most recently. It looks like donor fatigue is certainly one of them, and that has come up in my conversations as well over the past few weeks. Any others? We might be still waiting for some people to join. I think it is important to note, we can close this poll and go to the next, that overall, we are dealing with funding gaps in the nonprofit sector. And we do need to be looking to more innovative solutions in order to fulfill these gaps and fulfill our mission. So another poll I have for you to get a feel for who's in the room with us is your organization fundraising cryptocurrency? Very curious out of those in this session, who is fundraising crypto? We have yes, no, or we can accept it, but we're not actively fundraising it. There is certainly a distinction between those two. So it looks like for those who could join us today, it is a no. So hopefully this will enlighten you as to the opportunities for crypto fundraising as we dive in. So today we're going to talk about the introduction and rise of crypto philanthropy, understanding the crypto donor landscape, why crypto is a key to unlocking those bigger gifts, and then some crypto case studies, who's doing it, how they've done it, how they're seeing success. Then we'll get into simple steps to start accepting crypto and a rallying cry, call to action for crypto fundraising in general. So the team already did a really great job with my intro. I don't need to introduce myself again, but very happy to have been at the Giving Block for almost 5 years and been fundraising cryptocurrency for over 7 years. Fundraising has been a passion of mine since I was 8 years old and held my first fundraiser. So this is my livelihood. It is something that I love to do, and I work directly with nonprofits who use the Giving Block to teach them how to fundraise cryptocurrency. And that is what I will get into a little bit with all of you today. So first, let's just start at the basics. An introduction of crypto. What is it? Cryptocurrency is often shortened to crypto, and it is a type of digital currency. It uses cryptography for its security, which is how it got its name. But the key components of crypto that really attract crypto users, and especially those early crypto investors, are that it is decentralized, it is highly secure, it cannot be counterfeit, and it is living on blockchain technology, which is part of this Web3 world that so many individuals are super excited about, whether it's AI, blockchain, NFTs, meme coins. There's an entire world emerging in Web3, and crypto is just one aspect of this. But for fundraisers, it's a really exciting aspect. So let's talk about the crypto market at a glance, just to understand where we're coming from. So Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that was created back in 2009, and it remains the leading cryptocurrency. If you have heard of anything, it's probably crypto or anything related to crypto, you've probably heard about Bitcoin. So important to note that it makes up over 60% of the overall crypto market, which means it really leads and influences and drives cryptocurrency in general. So in 2024 alone, Bitcoin experienced over 140% growth rate. So the price of Bitcoin in the beginning of the year last year was about $43,000 per Bitcoin, and we ended the year at $93,000 per Bitcoin. So again, that 140% increase. On December 17th of last year, it did hit a new all-time high of $108,000. This was very exciting for the Bitcoin community. But in addition to these kind of more macroeconomic tailwinds, the approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs in 2024 by traditional financial institutions like Fidelity really heightened institutional adoption. What does that mean for your nonprofit? Essentially, that this mainstream adoption means it is going to be a very important way for donors to give to your organization. And many would argue, myself included, that it already is a very important way. For context of those numbers around Bitcoin, when it was issued, when it first came out in 2009, you could buy 1,010 Bitcoin for $1. Today, that 1,010 Bitcoin would be worth over $84 million. So very important to understand how quickly this market is growing as well. So what is the market cap? We've got over $3.72 trillion in the crypto market in 2024 and over 600 million crypto investors. So this is your potential crypto donor pool. They are global donors and they are highly, highly tech savvy and will find you oftentimes online. But that market cap is above market caps for a lot of other assets. It's higher than credit cards. $3.7 trillion is so much money that we want to be going to nonprofit support. The projected market cap for 2025 by the experts is $8 trillion. So that is more than double what we're at right now. And again, just one of the leading markets that you do not want to ignore. So let's get into more of the fundraising side. That's just a quick overview of crypto, so you have a starting point if you haven't talked about it already. But understanding the crypto donor landscape is highly important. So speaking of numbers, over $1 billion in crypto donations was made in 2024. In the US, the IRS taxes crypto the same exact way as it taxes stock. It considers it a property, and investors are therefore subject to capital gains. So this makes crypto philanthropy a win-win for investors and the nonprofits that are set up to take it. As of last year, over 78% of the Forbes top 100 charities were accepting crypto. So it is becoming more of the norm in our sector, but we're also still so incredibly early to it. But for those top charities accepting crypto and all the nonprofits globally that are accepting crypto, these donors can give to you to offset those capital gains while making a long-lasting impact on your mission. And who are these donors? Very exciting. They're a young user base, which we are always looking for as fundraisers. About 94% of crypto investors are Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. 83% of all millennial millionaires own crypto, so it is the asset choice of wealthy millennials. but it does also span generations. So although the majority of investors are in that younger, more millennial age demographic, half of all crypto wealth is held by baby boomers. I'm sure you have been talking about this in your circles of fundraising. The great wealth transfer is upon us, where baby boomers are going to be transferring their wealth to the next generation, majority millennials again. But as of today, baby boomers are still our wealthiest generation. So they were able to buy into cryptocurrencies, invest in cryptos like Bitcoin after it had become more mainstream, a bit more regulated, if you will, and therefore they do hold about half of all wealth. So don't discount your baby boomers when thinking about crypto fundraising. What is typical crypto donor behavior? Oftentimes, these donors will give without knowing you. They'll do their research online and don't really require that in-person or direct conversation. They're very motivated by a sense of urgency. Most of them are going to be first-time donors to your organization. Most of them are going to remain anonymous, not for any nefarious purpose. They just really appreciate their high level of security and protecting their privacy. Many of them do desire, however, to be part of a digital community, and they'll appreciate that gratitude and public acknowledgement on social platforms if they have shared their gift on that social platform. So there's a bit of nuance here, right? This is not your typical major donor behavior, but it is a new type of donor that is very exciting and can, again, really help close those fundraising gaps that you might be looking at this year. So why is crypto key to new and bigger gifts? It really comes down to the average gift size. The average cash gift online in 2024 was about $128, whereas the average crypto gift was over $10,000. This was up about 300% from the year prior. So really important to understand that these gift sizes are increasing and that this is a really great way to upgrade your online gifts from cash at $128 to over $10,000 when you're getting a crypto gift. So how are we going to do this? There's two strategies that I like to talk about for closing this gap. The first is to attract new and younger donors. If your goals as an organization are to get new donors, younger donors, more diverse donors, and higher average gift sizes, you need to accept and actively fundraise cryptocurrency. How do we do this? These are data-backed strategies to help you attract new and younger donors. You need to have an easy way for them to give to you online. It needs to be an optimized online giving experience. You need search engine optimization on your website, SEO, an active social media marketing campaign on channels beyond just Facebook, an emphasis on transparency, storytelling, and impact reporting, and then really fulfilling the donor cultivation cycle online. What do I mean by this? Are things like your annual report available to view online? Are you providing a digital annual report, or is it all printed materials? How are you reporting back to your online donors about the progress that you've made, even if you don't have maybe their email subscribed to a donor list? What does that look like? A lot of this can be done for free on social media, but it is important that your team invests the time to do it. So in summary, attracting new younger donors, and especially those crypto donors, is going to come back to making it easy to give, easy to find, and easy to care about your organization. The second strategy will be upgrading gifts from current donors. This can help you also close funding gaps. So if your goals are higher average gift sizes, new ways to engage lapsed donors, upgrading gifts from current donors, attracting legacy giving from aging donors, or providing your donors with more tax smart ways to give, you should be actively soliciting crypto gifts from your current donors. What does that look like? Again, really making it easy to give. following the marketing rule of 7. People on average need to hear something 7 times for them to go from consideration to conversion. So really important that you are promoting this as a way to give to your organization over and over again. In addition, including the tax benefits in all major donor conversations, we find offsetting the taxes are a huge reason that donors will give to your organization. So very important for all of your donors to understand that by giving you crypto, they can offset those capital gains they would otherwise incur. And then include it in all of your donor communications. This could be donor emails, staff signature lines, newsletters, capital campaign materials, volunteer materials, and more. What does this result in? A nonprofit that worked with us raised a 40% increase in major gifts after integrating crypto. Organizations have seen an influx of first-time donors after accepting crypto, and small organizations who had never received a donation outside of their home country received their first international gifts after accepting crypto. Part of this is because crypto is the same exact value, whether you are in Australia, the US, Kenya, Thailand, wherever you are, crypto holds the same value. So you can move those funds very easily and support organizations across different borders. All right, so what does this look like? Millions of dollars have been raised in crypto donations through all of these organizations that you see on the screen. And it's really in 2 different ways. There's an integrated approach. The Water Project is a great case study you can find on our website and read more about. So this integrated approach is really the Water Project taking everything they do, all the ways they fundraise, and making sure crypto is a part of it. Or you can do a dedicated crypto campaign. This was done by American Cancer Society with their Cancer Crypto Fund. They raised over $1 million in just 18 months through creating this dedicated fund. And so what are your next steps as we come to the end here? Finding a technical solution for your team is highly important. This is one piece of what we do, right? So we provide you with a crypto donation form, accepting over 100 of the top cryptocurrencies. You can embed this form across various donation pages. So on your website, whether you're having a campaign for a specific purpose or you want it on your main donation form, you can embed this in multiple places. Our automations mean we automatically convert your crypto to USD for your organization. You're not liable to the changing market. You do not have to worry about the fluctuations in the cryptocurrency. It actually, within seconds of being donated, will convert to USD and your organization just receives the cash. Your donors also automatically receive their tax receipt that they need to offset those capital gains. They also receive any other tax documentation necessary, like 8282 or 8283 forms. And then you have access to all-in-one real-time donation reporting. So having a technical solution is critical so that you can accept multiple different types of cryptocurrency. That is one piece of what we do. And then we also help nonprofits optimize for the next generation of donors. So I like to say, just like stock fundraising, you don't need to know everything about the stock market or stock transfer and how it works in order to fundraise impactful stock gifts from your donors. The same is true for crypto. You really need to focus on your strengths as a fundraiser, turn your attention and awareness into that online cultivation where you can be to create more awareness, tap into that next generation of donors, refresh your storytelling to be transparent and concise. We know from the data that millennials prefer to give to organizations whose missions resonate rather than the organization name. Provide easy solutions for these donors to give to you, and then educate your donors on the tax benefits of giving crypto as well. And so to sum it all up, our call to action and closing thoughts, our missions are much too important in the nonprofit sector to leave us underfunded. different results require a different approach. So, embracing innovative solutions like crypto fundraising and starting today to capture the next generation of donors can help you close those funding gaps that your organizations might be experiencing at this time. You can learn more at thegivingblock.com. But we also have, I think, just 2 minutes if there are any initial questions. If not, thank you so much for having me today.
Awesome, Emily. Thank you so much. You crushed it. I don't see any questions currently, but if there's a way for us to connect with you on LinkedIn, would love for you to drop your LinkedIn account.
Yeah,
Any other way that we could maybe follow up and ask questions. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
absolutely. Thank you for having me. And I will put my LinkedIn in the chat right now.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I'm going to pull up my slides here. Please share all your feedback. How did Emily do? I mean, she crushed it to say the least, but tell us what you specifically like so we could share that with Emily and all the other speakers throughout the nonprofit